Trade rumors have been flooding in, along with more reported deals and free agency. So in this week's episode of In Case You Missed It, we will recap it all. The 76ers stole Caleb Martin from the Heat in an outrageously team-friendly deal, and it blew my mind. However, I am still not sold on the 76ers. Miles Bridges signed a new contract with the Charlotte Hornets that will ensure that he is there to stay. 3 years worth $25 million a year. Great move for the Hornets, but for Miles Bridges, I wonder why he wants to waste his time there rather than joining a contender who wants him. I hope that seeing what PJ Washington did in Dallas would make him look for a new destination. Thankfully, DeMar DeRozan will not be a Chicago Bull and will not be making the same mistake that Miles Bridges did, as he officially landed in Sacramento. There are limitations with DeMar on the Kings, but the Kings desperately needed another perimeter shot creator that can score the ball outside of Fox and Monk. Although the Kings' three-point shooting was awful last season, the year prior they were the best offense in the league. Considering that and De'Aaron Fox's reluctancy to sign an extension until he sees a roster he likes, DeMar in Sacramento does look like a quality move. Fox was advocating for it as well. But the best part of DeMar in Sacramento is that the deal is a team-friendly deal, likewise to the Malik Monk contract. If this team can figure out defense and get their offense back to the way it was in 2023, they will be another dangerous team out west. Something that blew my mind even more though, Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun are eligible for rookie max contract extensions, and the Houston Rockets have said they are not going to do it. In 2021, drafting these two players made the entire NBA view the Rockets as draft day winners, and now they are unwilling to offer extensions. I understand that Jalen Green has his ups and downs as a player, as he is extremely inefficient at times and not the greatest defender. But after what we saw from him to end last season, he still has a chance to be a star. I do agree with Houston's reluctance to offer him specifically the max, but my big issue with Houston's decision that I know I share with many others is that they are unwilling to offer one to Alperen Sengun. Sengun's season ended with an injury, but before that, he was getting All-Star buzz and even All-NBA buzz. Sengun was crowned a nickname of Baby Jokic, the arguable best player in the entire league. This unwillingness is laughable because why would you not offer a max extension to a player who brings similar production to the best player in the NBA, and he hasn't even nearly reached his ceiling? Who are you looking to give a max extension to at that point? I guess it may be one of the players we will discuss later, as the Rockets are named as potential suitors for just about all of them, but it's still mind-blowing. New Orleans Pelicans star Brandon Ingram is one of the players the Rockets have been linked to. Anger with the Pelicans organization, along with anger over his playtime in the postseason, has made his trade likelihood rapidly grow. With the DeJounte Murray trade, these rumors have been flowing, leaving us with about 5 teams in on him. The first team is unlikely to happen, as it is DeJounte Murray's old team, the Atlanta Hawks. If this were to go down, it would have happened in that prior deal. The Rockets and Warriors both have minimal interest, but they also have minimal money, making a deal hard to see with the financial restrictions. The best fit for Ingram was Sacramento, and with the Kings signing DeMar, that deal is unlikely, and that is why we will see Ingram back on the Pelicans to start next season. The Cavaliers were also in the mix, but given that Jared Allen most likely won't be traded, a move like this just won't happen for Cleveland. Speaking of the Cavs, the next player we're going to talk about is Darius Garland. Garland rumors may have died down for a little, but with Donovan Mitchell signing his extension, Garland's name is back in rumors, though it is quieter than it was. Garland's team has already come out to say they want a trade if Mitchell stays, and it is no secret that he may need a change of scenery. With what Garland showed us in 2022 and prior, his market value is still decent despite the rough years. Unfortunately for him, there are only 2 teams in the mix for him, as his size is a huge question mark. The Lakers are the first team, as they need a true point guard, but they do not have the assets that could land them a Garland. Unless it is a 3-team deal, Garland to LA is unlikely, despite the constant rumors. The other team is the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets need a primary ball handler and a centerpiece for their newly started rebuild. The assets the Nets have in Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, and Dennis Schroeder make a move to the Nets a potential win for both teams involved, and Garland. So with all the rumors we have heard, the likelihood that Darius Garland is a Brooklyn Net is increasing. If Darius Garland doesn't work out, the Nets may shift their focus to Anthony Simons. Simons is one of the most underrated guards in the NBA, and whoever potentially gets their hands on him will be lucky. The Portland Trailblazers have interest in moving Simons to focus their guard development to Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe. Personally, I'm holding out on a Simons trade as he learned from Damian Lillard, and the resemblance between his game and Dame's is too close for me to trade away at this age. Sure, Scoot Henderson is potentially a great point guard, but he also could be a bust. Sometimes betting on potential rather than proven talent isn't the best move. But the rumors are heating up on the Simons market, and there are no shortage of teams in that market. As discussed, the Brooklyn Nets are interested in him as a centerpiece for their long overdue rebuild, but the Utah Jazz are a team more willing to add him. The Jazz have been looking for a star guard to pair with Lauri Markkanen, and Simons is the best available star guard, and I think him heading to Utah is highly likely considering the aggression the Jazz have displayed. The Warriors are a team to look out for as well, but the best landing spot is without a doubt the Orlando Magic, as the Magic need an elite three-point shooting perimeter playmaker, which is exactly what Simons is. If you want the best fit, it is certainly the Orlando Magic, but the Utah Jazz may be cooking up something that many are not seeing. Utah obviously has the most desirable trade asset in the NBA at this very moment, but before we discuss that, we need to discuss the player who somehow always finds himself in trade talks, Kevin Durant. The Suns apparently want out of the Kevin Durant era, but as a Suns fan, I just want out of mediocrity. If trading KD is the solution to that, so be it. The Rockets have an offer, and the Warriors and Thunder are rumored teams, but KD will not be traded, so I am not going to waste any more of my breath discussing it. And for the moment we have all been waiting for, Lauri Markkanen rumors. Although his contract is flexible enough for many to trade with, Lauri will receive a max extension soon. That is the problem for many trying to acquire him. Many teams have pulled out of the sweepstakes because of this. Danny Ainge is also a factor as his asking prices are so steep. Only desperate teams are the ones fighting for him at this point. Because of that fact, the rumors about the San Antonio Spurs are likely false as they are not willing to trade a massive haul, nor are they desperate. During the middle of last season, the Thunder were clearly a team that could have traded for Markkanen, and in hindsight, they probably should have. After the additions of Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso, combined with the extensions to Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins, there is a next to 0% chance we see Markkanen on the Thunder, although we all wanted to see this at some point last year. Sacramento was desperate, but signing DeMar removes the possibility, and their assets were not enough to even entertain the Jazz. The only team that is desperate enough, flexible enough, and has enough expendable assets is the team we have heard about all week, the Golden State Warriors. A match made in heaven. Curry needs a new co-star, he has size, he can play in the front court next to Draymond Green, and can complement everything the Warriors try to do to a T. No matter what package they put together, the Warriors would be trying to make their last effort to win a championship with Steph and Draymond. Unless the Warriors are willing to part with Kuminga, Podominski, and another valuable asset, I doubt the trade will happen. If I were to predict something insane to happen on the trade market, it would be that the Jazz extend Lauri Markkanen and facilitate a 3-team trade to acquire Anthony Simons from the Blazers. That is my bold prediction. In case you missed it, Franz Wagner signed a max contract extension with the Orlando Magic, although it is kind of questionable given his Game 7 performance, but it was his first playoff series, so I'll cut him a little bit of a break, but I think that's a lot of money for Franz, no matter how good he played last year. Here are some other moves that happened this week. Feel free to pause the screen and look at them. But yeah, that's going to conclude this video. This has been In Case You Missed It. We do these every Monday. In Case You Missed It is a weekly recap, and this week we decided to recap all the trade rumors along with the signings that went down this week. And we do rankings videos every Friday. Last week's rankings video is on the screen. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Y'all stay safe. Have a good one. Bye.